So this is going to be a discovery of an innovative quest created by myself in EduNation, Second Life, and it's tailored for English learners of all ages and learners. Well, this is something to define later on using OpenAI API Keys, NPC chatbots, which offer engaging, realistic conversations to enhance language skills.
I have been working with Helena for any length of time, and one of the things that I admire most is not only her pedagogical, profound professionalism, but also her VR and virtual worlds and technical experience in any respect. So if she's going to deliver to you this presentation on AI-powered teaching quest, then this is because Helena is the mastermind behind this. And Helena has an RSA from the University of Cambridge. She has an MA in ELT from the University of Nottingham. In applied linguistics, she's accredited, a TESOL and EAP educator and assessor who blends and flips her classes in immersive virtual worlds, virtual reality, and AI, artificial intelligence, combined with learning management systems and educational tools. And Helena has such a keen interest in anything to do with educational instructional design. She specializes in AI and VR integration to transform language teaching into immersive and interactive experiences for her adult and young learners. So she's taking young learners into virtual environments in Kitely. Through her classroom research and advocacy, she continues to advance language education, making significant contributions to the ELT community. She's been a member of ELT professional communities such as EduNation, Camelot, Eurocal, presenter at Virtual World Best Practice in Education, Virtual World Education Consortium, EVO, V-Languages, SL MOOC, and she's a Camelot Award winner. Helena is owner of ELT Treasure Island in Kitely. That's an OpenSim. That's basically the equivalent of Second Life in OpenSim. And she's an online and on-site TESOL EAP tutor with extensive EdTech experience for exam-oriented classes. Basically, with the Hellenic Ministry of Education, she's on a list and she's at the top of the list. I really admire her for her amazing, profound professional know-how on anything to do with education and virtual environments.
How can I thank you, both for your kind words, but also for the work we've been doing together all these years, Heike. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much. And now it's my turn to introduce you. Heike is based in Germany. She's an immersive language education specialist with over 25 years in language education and with Germany's first live online language school. She has co-initiated 5 European-funded projects to develop accredited and certified teacher training courses for language teaching and learning in immersive environments. These European Union projects are Lancelot, Avalon, and they are about teaching and learning in a virtual classroom or a virtual world. Camelot is another European Union project since 2013 about machinima of language learning conversations, and Guinevere, which is about games in virtual worlds. Her latest project, which is Excalibur, started in March 2022 and is about developing building skills in Minecraft. Heike Philp runs her own web conferences, namely Virtual Roundtable Conference, now EdTech Tools Fest, and WebCon for teachers of German. Please excuse my German, Heike. She owns EduNation Island in OpenSim Kitely and has a passion for immersive language learning in virtual worlds and virtual reality with a research interest to bridge AI in virtual worlds. So as you see, we have a lot of common interests with Heike. Just a brief definition of the term API which stands for Application Programming Interface. It's a unique identifier used to authenticate and authorize a user, a developer, or a calling program to an API. So a request is sent, and when it is received by the API, it simply scans its database for the key and authorizes access to services that are associated with that key. They are commonly used in web-based applications and other software programs. So now this is an example. I don't know if it's clear. It looks a little bit blurred in Second Life. And it contains my API keys. At the moment on this account, I have 3, which we're going to be looking at today, namely Captain, the creature, and Lexis. Now, this immersive quest around EduNation first took place on the 24th of March. Heike, would you like to say further? No, you're muted. Nelly, please unmute Heike.
No,
She will be.
sorry,
Yeah.
I've been adding
Okay.
Apolliana
Right.
to our place in Second Life. Sorry, I've not paid attention. Oh, that was virtual world best practice in education.
Yes.
The one of the immersive experiences where
Mhm.
Helena took a group of us and conducted the quest we're going to see today, the
Mhm.
quest which blew everyone's mind because there's a couple of AI chatbots or NPCs, as you call them in Second Life, and that was a really successful event. It took place in March, and this continued. It continued into other couple of presentations. I think the next one is on EdTech tools, right?
Yes, but first I have some information about this quest. The landing point was Palm Isle on EduNation 3. We're going to be
Okay.
teleporting there very soon for the first, most crucial AI chatbot. And the actual introduction was this one. Aloha, mysterious traveler, unveil the legends of EduNation 3 in Second Life and find a way out to the escape. So the objective is to retrieve the crystal of eternity by collecting shards from different locations around EduNation 3. These are the 7 locations, and there are 4 bots, AI bots based on OpenAI API Keys. The objective, as I said, was to collect the 5 shards, put them together, and find the hidden crystal. Heike, after that, we embarked on a fest, which is the first EdTech Tools fest that took place on the 27th of April. And it was a wonderful 1-day online event for language educators, the continuation of virtual roundtable, uh, during which we had a lot of presentations by prestigious and very well-known technologists, educators connected with these technologies, and during which I explained, I demystified the artificial intelligence API keys and how we use them in virtual realms to enhance the TESOL experience. Heike, have you got sound? Would you
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, and it was that presentation that absolutely blew my mind because Helena managed to present in front of the audience how to create an API key, how to add this API key to a block in Second Life, and how to create an AI chatbot basically in front of our eyes within a matter of minutes. And this was one of the big requests or wishes I was hoping for, namely to bridge the gap between AI and virtual worlds. Helena demonstrated straight away how to do it. And in the panel discussion that followed with Cynthia and and Cynthia and
Andy,
Andy Spinoza. I was wanting to say
yeah.
Spinoza because that's how I know him. Andy Stricker and Scott Grant, Dr. Scott Grant from Australia, Cynthia from America, and Andy from America. We had a panel discussion on the use of AI in virtual environments and basically the beneficials as well. And Dr. Scott Grant, he came with an AI companion, namely Kathy. And that was so interesting to have them hear the talks on how they both parties were experimenting with this component in virtual environments.
Mm-hmm.
That was very impressive.
Heike, would you mind unmuting in Second Life if possible? There are people requesting that you switch on your microphone. Okay, stranger, yes, you will be having sound soon. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment.
Apologies, stranger.
And of course, the next activity was our participation at the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, the expert series, during which we presented some of the results of our EVO activity and, of course, these last two events that you have seen. Okay, if I may proceed to the point, before we embark on part of the quest that involves the use of AI NPC chatbots, I believe that based on a human-centric approach, we can successfully and satisfactorily for both the learner and the teacher embark on using this technology, whatever kind of instructional design model we use, to observe our learners' needs, educational needs, to brainstorm, to conceptualize the way we will be using this technology, developing concepts and implementing the solution. It's a very effective approach, and it's not only satisfactory, as I said before, but easily accessible and sustainable for both counterparts, both the teacher and the learner. So what guarantees the success of such tasks and activities in virtual worlds with the use of OpenAI API Keys is effective prompt engineering. To define this term, I would like to say that prompt engineering refers to creating input statements, prompts, for generative AI models. Otherwise, this term can be called prompt design or prompt programming. The teaching focus is briefly mentioning the lesson aims. So we base our decisions on course objectives, interactivity, opportunities for learner interactivity, and language production, content appropriacy, accuracy. And we need to constantly inform the content, in other words, the prompt, updates, giving specific, detailed, and clear instructions to the bot, to the NPC, using the right tone, style, and register, and also taking into account cultural and ethical considerations. I've designed this prompt sort of mnemonic, how I approach designing my prompts for NPC bots. I call it totaler, and I make decisions based on the task, what type of task and activity the learners are involved in. So I tell my NPC bot in the node card that I have, I give it instructions that this is taking part in a quest, or it's a part of a role play. Then I explain to the bot the objectives, the goal, what kind of responses I expect, and the lesson objectives. Also, the bot needs to have information about the target, who they're going to communicate with, what information is important to clarify, and the actor, who the NPC acts as, what type of behavior and character they have. Also, they need to know the bot. The bot in Second Life needs to know the level of the learner and their existing knowledge. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the technology cannot specify different levels on the Cepher description. The lesson names and the expected outcomes is what the information included should be. The expectations of the learner, pragmatic knowledge, how they're expected to react, what possible mistake they may make, perhaps even some correction tips. And finally, register. You need to give instructions to your bot, what kind of style they will be using, what language. Levels of formality also are important, and try to be as specific with that as possible. You will see examples on this quest because the different NPCs on this quest for the Crystal of Eternity have been given different instructions about how to behave. For example, Lexis is the serious but witty host on Palm Island, which we are going to teleport to in a few minutes. And the fierce and threatening dragon before the end is the red creature here. And Captain has been instructed, has been advised or directed, whichever verb you want to use, to be friendly but funny. And the fourth NPC is not based on OpenAI API keys. It's called Speedy. I called it Speedy, and it's triggered by touch based on a Second Life script. So here is the beginning of the quest. And may I advise everybody to teleport to Palm Isle, where we can meet up with the first chatbot, Lexis, the serious and witty host. So if you click on the teleport system and select, it's right behind me. Sorry, I changed the pagination here. There we are. We're going to visit Palm Isle. If you can click on EduNation teleport system and select Palm Isle, and then click on the beam again, one avatar at a time. I think a few people have already teleported. I'll go there. Okay. So here we are. We've just landed on Palm Isle, and Heike has arrived. Here you can see the actual information, part of the information we used on the quest for a virtual world practices in education, best practices in education, virtual world's best practice in education. Okay, I've got Lexis in front of me. She's in the chat box. You can ask her anything about the quest. She's going to give you information about it, but you've got to start with her name, Lexis, Lexix. Start with her name, and one avatar at a time. Maybe Naji Murder is here. You might want to ask Alexis some kind of information. Okay, thank you. Is it Naji? Oh, sorry, my sound in Second Life has just gone off. Okay, so here is the response. It takes just a couple of seconds, doesn't take long. It's a pleasure to see you. I hope you're ready for an exciting and adventurous 1.5 hours with us. As part of your quest, you will need to gather 5 shards. So you are given the instructions to find the elusive crystal of eternity. You'll find clues on note cards at each shard location to guide you to your next destination. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. So feel free to seek advice or solve riddles from the AI NPCs you will meet along the way. They're here to help you, so don't be shy. You'll start at the Sky Gallery. We don't have to go there at the moment. There is no NPC on the Sky Gallery. There are other tasks and takeaways over there. You will descend to the sea orb. Hi, Vi, friend,
And,
Apuliana.
I'm trying to teleport everyone here. There's nobody here.
Okay,
Nelly is missing.
okay, let me
Stranger
see.
Nightfire is not coming for some
I see.
reason.
Um, let,
I'm offering teleport to
okay,
everyone,
it's
but this
perfect.
seems to be
Jupiter, is he one of the group?
no, he's
Jupiter,
not. He's like
Lush.
Jupiter. He seems to be on a sky deck. Jupiter.
Okay,
Not sure.
so I'm going to offer Nelly a teleport, though I think you've already done this.
I have many a
Yeah,
times.
okay. Oh, there she is. Okay, Nelly.
And Stranger.
And stranger with, okay, let me try offering teleport to stranger. Where is stranger? Andrea, no. Stranger. Oh, sorry.
And perhaps if Nelly wants to talk to Lexis.
Yes. Nelly, if you want to have a conversation with Lexis, in the chat box, you can just type your message, but don't forget to start by mentioning her name, Lexis. Sorry, Lexis, Lexis. Synonym for vocabulary. Yeah, and you can ask Lexis your question. Okay, let's see what the response is. She's going to direct her response around the topic of the quest. So I'm really curious to see what she's going to come up with now. Okay. Nelly, we can't hear you. You are saying something in Second Life, but I don't think
Welcome
I
the
can.
quest participants, guide them through the adventure.
Hello, dear quest participants, and a warm welcome to this delightful escapade. I hope you're all ready for an exciting journey that will last for the next. Okay, so it's more or less the same. Keep attention to the turtle is a new element. And oh yes, Nelly Homewood is here to interact with you. Buckle up, adventurers. This is going to be a thrilling ride. Follow the suggestions on the note cards, solve the riddles, find the shards, and uncover the crystal of eternity. May you enjoy. I've lost the line. May you enjoy every something. I'm sorry, I've lost it. Then on to Helena's. So you get some more information, instructions. Okay, so it all begins here, and then the next location where you can find a crucial NPC based on OpenAI technology for API keys is back to Helena's Isle, where we have Captain. So shall we hop over there, or would you suggest, Heike, would you suggest going
No,
straight to the
that sounds
creature?
really fine. Oh, the
If we go to
captain.
the captain, and then we have the creature, the dragon. The dragon
Yeah,
is,
the
it
turtle and the
produces.
captain, turtle and the captain are together, right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the captain is a good one. No?
Okay, sure. Let's go over
Or
there.
the dragon. What would you suggest?
Oh, I think the dragon produces such interesting language. I've instructed it to be fierce
Okay.
and
Okay.
threatening. Remember?
Okay
So,
then.
shall I go over there and teleport you because it's in a hidden location?
Yeah, the dragon
Let
layer, the
me.
creature.
That's right, the layer. And Nelly. Okay, Nelly, there's also
I'm going
some
to
threatening
add.
sound here. So whatever you ask this creature to do, yeah, I'm going to add these people as friends
Mhm.
because it's difficult to find them.
I'm
And also,
trying to get them to teleport them. So perhaps if you just go ahead and then,
okay, stranger, don't worry because I'm going to teleport you, all right?
yeah.
And there we are. So meanwhile, you can see some further simple Second Life skills that you need in here. So, okay, stranger, here is teleport for you. Please join us, and I will add you as friend also. And Apuliana,
Andrea also. I could add you as friend.
okay. And is Apuliana here? Has she arrived? No, I think I have
Adriana has arrived. Apuliana has arrived.
Apuliana.
That's not
Okay,
yet. No, not yet.
all right. So here we are. Nelly, please ask this dragon any question you want. You can type it in the chat box, I'm sorry. Uh, Please begin your sentence with the word dragon. Dragon. It's going to respond. Dragon, help, help, help! Oh, you must have mistaken me for a fluffy goody, two shoes, bunny robot. I'm here to make sure you never reach that shiny bauble you're so desperate to find. But don't worry, I will ensure your journey is full of delightful surprises you're so desperate to find. But don't worry, I'll ensure your journey, sorry, like a horde of rabbits, cyber squirrels, or a sudden volcano eruption. How about that for help? You see, I've told you it's a threatening dragon. And here's another one, dragon. Oh, ain't that sweet? Someone's actually interested in how I'm doing. Well, to answer your question, I'm just peachy, Andrea Arfini. Oh, wow, that's a response to Andrea's message. Plotting world domination, trying to stop your little treasure hunt, you know, the usual. Now, I offer you a shiny golden tip, but my circuits are just too filled with mischief. Instead, how about a wild goose chase? So, now this is definitely for more advanced learners. So you can always regulate your instructions. Yes, it did work, stranger. Yes, indeed. So you get responses. I'm hungry. Oh, Nelly, you've got to say, dragon, I'm hungry. And see what response you get. Dragon, it's a starberry. It's a strawberry, I think. Strawberry is what you need. Dragon,
And
I'm hungry.
Apuliana says, dragon, please stay still. And and the dragon says, stay still. Oh,
Where
you
is
must
that?
have
Oh.
mistaken me for a sweet, obedient pet. That's hilarious. I've got more mischief in my circuits than a pack of cybernetic raccoons. And then
Exactly. It's so
your little
witty.
quest for the crystal of eternity, quite a snooze fest. I say, let's stir things up a bit, shall we? How about a detour through the swamp of desolation or a dance off with a two-headed troll at the Canyon of Doom? Oh, he is a cheek, isn't he?
He's quite a cheek, yes, exactly. And I mean, look at that. He's on fire now. With all these questions, he's got to respond to everybody, and he's quite prompt at this. I quite rely on this kind of NPC speed because the turtles called Speedy is actually not that speedy. It's got a few glitches, but
And
still it responds in a witty manner.
And Andrea says, Dragon, why are you so mean? And he says, Oh, Andrea, you naive little snack. You think this is mean? This is just a warming up. Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Oh my God, Dragon, I cannot hear you, Nelly says. And what a response. Well, Nelly, Homewood, maybe you should clear those ears of yours, or perhaps your hearing is as good as a bat without its sonar, you know. If you spend less time yapping and more time looking for that fourth shard. So here's the hint, you might actually stand a chance. But oh, what's this? No sea dragon for you? Okay, this is the sea dragon coming up. They are on a vacation, and what that wonderful waterfall. So you get three hints here: the sea dragon, the waterfall, and the shard. You are so keen on reaching, it's dried up, which is a lie. So it's not dried up. Better luck next time, explorer. Now, if you will excuse me, I have an EduNation to conquer. All right, so clever, so witty, and the language can be unpredictable, but also always safely on the lines of the instructions you give the bot. So this is in a hidden corner, actually, near the waterfalls. And as part of the quest, the next step would be to find the sea dragon.
So funny. Dragon, you don't talk. No, Dragon, you're terrible, says Nelly. Terrible, huh? I'm the spice in your bland treasure hunting soup, Nelly.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, this thing, I really appreciate the output of the dragon. That it is hilarious, and I don't think it's so scary. It's a pity we can't bring young learners in here. Um, so I think this is the demonstration of some of the chatbots based on AI API keys. I will give people some time for questions unless, and oh, I have to say hi based on the dragon's prompt. Unless Heike would like to suggest something else or initiate any discussion.
Well, we can explain that when you pick up this card, no, it's the third one here, isn't it? Yeah, and
Uh,
then I
I
think
think
it's
it's a
the
fourth
fourth
one.
one, the fourth
Yes,
one. It will
yes.
take you across to the waterfall, and there at the waterfall, it's at the waterfall you'll find the last one, right? No,
You find the crystal of eternity.
that's
So
it.
this is
Yeah,
the fifth stop with the
yeah,
fifth shard hiding somewhere,
exactly.
somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. I'm not going to give away the secret. You might want to come back here and search for yourselves
Ah, yeah,
uh,
very good.
and find the sea dragon to take you to the crystal of eternity, the treasure with the
Mm-hmm.
crystal of eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Naji, you have to start your question with the word dragon. Have you ever considered the futility of seeking the crystal of eternity? That's an interesting question. I would really like to see how the dragon will respond. Where's the seahorse? Okay. The seahorse. Well, ain't that just cute? I've heard rumors, just whisperings, mind you, that it's frolicking with the mermaids at the bottom of the ocean. How insightful. I mean, how inspiring. But don't go running off just yet. You'll miss all the fun here. And who knows, the seahorse might be just as elusive as, say, a certain treasure. So the richness of the language is incredible. And it's not that the teacher will give such detailed instructions about what language to use, what vocabulary, what syntax. You just give the instruction of you are a sarcastic, evil creature that wants to destroy EduNation, and you want to put people off the quest of finding the last shard that leads them to the crystal of eternity. And it will do all the work. The
And
restrictions. Yeah.
can you at this moment in time also mention that this is a paid service that you actually pay for
Yes.
OpenAI's API?
Yeah, that's right. There are different tires, and
It is chat. Yes, it's based on ChatGPT. Now he has it up.
it's OpenAI technology, and you just buy usually $10, for example, and it will last you for a few lessons. If you don't use it so much, then it will last a month or so. Also, you can modify so that it auto recharges after the minimum credit balance. Let's say if the minimum credit balance is $10, and then you choose the settings to auto recharge, the balance can go up to $16. It depends on what selection you made. It does cost, yes. Nelly, what is the number you have written? Is it $9? You pay $9. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the questions in the chat Zoom. Can I just open yet another window and distract you? There's echo when speaking in Second Life and Zoom. Okay. Right, so we don't have any questions in the Zoom chat at the moment, but please feel free to ask whatever questions you may have. This is only one example, this quest. I come here with my adult students and we embark on different projects. Depending on the type of course they are on. You can, for example, another interesting subject is a tourist guide giving information about a monument on a Greek island, Portara monument. You may have visited it on Naxos Island. And that encourages the learner to do some research, mainly online research, and rephrase information, organize into paragraphs before giving the chatbot instructions about how to behave, what language to produce. There's not only writing and reading involved, but in the process of negotiation during the class, there's a lot of speaking. So I find this is an ideal way of promoting skills integration. Any questions from you? Shall I? Shall I switch off and stop sharing? Elizabeth, you don't know how, sorry, that's an old message. You have the students program the AI chatbot. As I have the students produce the node card, collect the information, and modify or create the text for the node card that you put in the NPC. I don't have them involved in the build-up of the NPC, and they don't program the chatbots as such. But as a language teacher for English to speakers of other languages, I involve my students in the production of language. Very creative responses. Yes, Jennifer.
Is it the what the chatbot says that students work to create? No.
No.
Do they help with the prompt engineering as well?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
even include a link in the prompt. Can I stop sharing, if you don't
Yeah.
mind?
Mhm.
You can include the links to the sources that you would like your chatbot to refer to. Otherwise, they will be pulling information from general resources available. You can also train your students to give detailed information to the chatbot in the text that they write. Or as I showed you earlier, let me go back to, oh, sorry. Have I interrupted your sharing, Heike or Nelly?
No, I was just wondering.
I base my tasks to students on this mnemonic. Task, we tell the NPC what task the student embarks on, what the objective is, who they communicate with, what they act as, the learner level, the lesson aims, the expectations, the register, and the content the student wants to add with the information.
And Nelly asked the question whether it's only text. In this case, yes.
In
And
this case,
yeah, but what we've heard that Dr. Scott Grant managed to get her AI, his or her AI companion to actually use voice over IP. But it's what is that voice that translates ChatGPT's text into text to speech?
Maya.
Which one?
Maya.
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 Is it MAYA?
I
No,
think it's
not
MAI. Maya.
MAIA. That's not what Scott said, right? There was another one. But is it essentially, Helena, what you've been wanting to show about the quest? And shall we ask some couple of questions, or shall I demonstrate?
Yes, this is what I want to show, basically. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And
Please feel free to
ask questions.
proceed. Yeah. Nelly, you have no sound?
Yeah. Gonna let everybody unmute themselves so they can speak
No,
as well.
I've been
if that's
wanting
more convenient
to
for
share
you.
something at the very end because it's exactly this combination. We would love to have had the dragon speak And the
Yes.
captains speak and the turtles speak. And
Mhm.
in Second Life, that's still not possible, right? Except for what Scott did, right?
Mhm.
It is possible.
Yes, it
Is
is
it?
possible.
But it could be
It's
more
cost.
expensive too, you know. I know that
Yeah, it's
it's
costly.
not that expensive if you don't overuse it, but I
Mhm.
think text is cheaper. I have it on Moodle as well, and I pay for it. So it's pretty cheap for text, but for audio, I think it's probably going to cost more.
Mm.
Maya, is Maya what you're talking about, Nelly?
Or any other. I
Any
mean,
other?
it could
Yes.
be any other
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And also it depends on the
audio.
language. If it's another more rare language, then it definitely costs much more. I mean, I remember Scott saying that Chinese, it's really not a good idea to use this technology with Chinese classes. Yeah,
I think it's wonderful what you're doing, Helena and Heike. Uh, it's
I
amazing,
love
and I think
it.
that it should be publicized. I mean, I don't think people are aware of the kind of things that you do, and I think this was really an opportunity to just get a glimpse. I know that you do a lot more of your work,
Thank
and
you, Nelly. Thank you for the
we really
invitation.
appreciate
And
it.
also, I thank Doris for that. Very good. I mean, the last time I presented for um, Virtual Worlds MOOC was in 2016, I
It
remember.
was
So
Second
that
Life
was
in those days.
I get it was Second Life. And it was my initial steps, my baby steps, really.
That's when you started? Unbelievable.
2015, yes,
So you've
almost
come a
10
long
years.
way. I mean, I started in
Yes,
2007 and I haven't
that's
taken
even
too many
longer.
steps.
Now let's practice speaking some English.
Mhm.
Tell me what scenario you want to practice and we can role play. I can
Ooh, who's
I
talking?
think Heike has something? No?
Ooh, a surprise?
Are there any questions from anybody else, maybe in Second Life that I have been following? Oh, I think everybody's conversing with Dragon. They love Dragon. Okay. Yes.
I think you're probably overwhelmed, everyone, but ask one question. And you shouldn't feel bad because I think asking questions is a great way for the presenters to also learn from us who watched it.
Hmm.
I was definitely scared, to tell you the truth. I was scared of the dragon.
You were?
I felt intimidated. So I think that's a success in itself. Whoever created the dragon, congratulations for that, because I think that's the idea to get you immersed in this,
Hmm.
this fear, and then forget everything else and just kind of start speak or writing in this case. Jennifer says that she saw ChatGPT used for education. Doris, yes, Doris, to build a quest. I'm not sure. Can you unmute yourself, Jennifer, and explain a little more there?
Well, I
Oh,
was just thinking about how important these kinds of community of practice are. And the very first time I ever saw an educator use ChatGPT was when Doris was showing us after we had hosted a quest that she had built in record time. I mean, she'd built this incredibly creative multi-step quest that met specific learning objectives and had this creative backstory. And she'd thrown it up in Second Life, or I guess we were in Kitely, in only a couple days while maintaining a full course load and working on her doctorate. And we were asking her, how the heck did you do this? And she said, the magic of ChatGPT. And then she showed us her prompts and ChatGPT's responses, and then how she sort of modified her prompts to get better responses, and then which bits she pulled and then brought into the exercise. And it was very eye-opening, and it was a wonderful first experience of seeing an educator use AI for a really constructive, wonderful purpose. it's exciting to continue to see that evolve, and for there to continue to be new things to learn, and for us to be in it together and sharing ideas. And Helena and Heike have also been amazing leaders in this regard. And I don't know, this is a really fun community to be a part of, and I think our students benefit from all that we learn here.
Mhm. And there's room for exploration. Now with AI, there's so much you can do in virtual reality.
And what
And
I
do it
really,
quickly. And do it
And do it
quickly.
quickly.
You mentioned Doris did it so quickly. That's what, we get these days. I mean, I'm doing so many things and so fast with, generative AI. And that's the benefit for teachers, that, we can spend more time with our students and do so much more when we do things. I love speed. So for me, AI is like, the best thing that could happen.
and the next level up of using ChatGPT would be that which Helena demonstrated, is putting a face to the ChatGPT. So the fact it was a dragon, the fact how the dragon spoke, this belittling and this fearful and this, shocking speech, and what have you. That was just like the persona that she created. Was absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And putting a face to ChatGPT is what I believe is the true connection between virtual environments and ChatGPT's amazing communication skills. And I was wondering whether I could show you all that, which I'm looking forward to, as in future talk, as
Yes.
in, this is what could happen when you put somebody's face to ChatGPT, and how that changes the attitude to talking to that person, because it becomes a real person. I'd like to demonstrate soul machines. I'm not sure, has anybody of you come across soul machines as of yet?
How do you spell that? Did you say
Soul
soul?
machines.
Soul.
Sewing machine?
SOUL.
Mm.
It's soul machines. I'm giving you the URL.
Okay.
And it's
Soul
it's
machine.
a
Oh,
talking
okay. Mhm.
it's a talking face to the chatbot. Soul machine, yeah. But let me demonstrate that to you, if
Okay.
I may, because
Sure,
this is.
yes.
So, Alex, can we practice some English, which how about meeting English?
Absolutely. Let's role play a business meeting. You can start by introducing yourself. How would you do that?
Well, if I happen to be with a group of people who doesn't know me as of yet, and obviously I'd state my title, would that be a good idea?
Yes, that's a great idea. You can start with your name and title. It helps everyone know who you are. Want to give it a try?
Okay, my name is Heike Philp, and I'm the CEO of Let's Talk Online.
Great job. Hey, Kate. That sounds professional. Now, you could add a little more, like what your company does. Want to try that?
Yeah, okay. My company is it's all about teacher training.
Nice. You could say something like, my company focuses on teacher training. It sounds clear and professional. Want to say
Okay.
it again with that?
My company focuses on teacher training.
Perfect. That sounds really clear. Now, how about asking the group a question to engage them? What would you say?
I would ask a question. So, what's today's agenda?
That's a great question. It shows you're interested. You could also say, can anyone share today's agenda? Want to continue from there?
Can anyone share today's agenda?
Awesome. That sounds natural. If someone responds, you can ask follow-up questions. What do you think you might ask next?
Okay. With that, I stopped that. And isn't that impressive? to have an English, like a conversation partner who would actually teach you how to speak English in such a manner. And that's all machines. And it's just putting the face, and that it's based on ChatGPT. It's a customized bot as well, just like Helena's been doing customized ChatGPTs. And yeah.
I
Very
wonder how many teachers will be working if we have NPCs like Alex.
It would be wonderful to have a place to practice that
Yeah.
is so low stakes. And even if you're nervous, it's comfortable. And I like the way that the avatar was giving you encouraging little smiles and
Yes.
nods. It was
Yeah.
very, you're right, having a face does make a big difference.
Mhm.
And we're looking forward to Second Life doing this. No, not really. I mean, lip sync would be okay already. I mean, voice would be awesome. In the case of the dragon, I don't think I would prefer the voice really, because it's in the text. There's so many different facets to language in the text. I would miss it if it was spoken, to be honest. Not sure how you feel.
I don't know, maybe both, you know, for those, sometimes we need sound and sometimes, you know, we don't.
And sometimes we need a dragon.
Yes, especially before we go to sleep, right? So we have pleasant dreams.
That's the point I was trying to make. You know, it has to be impressive.
Yeah. No, I think that it's amazing what you did, Helena, with the dragon. Really,
Thank
really
you. I
impressive.
really love exploring, and because this new generation of students is so curious to know, to learn, and they use these technologies as a self-expression, not only for gaming, but also networking and business opportunities. So this is how you catch their attention and you keep them motivated.
Right. So I don't see any more questions. So I'd like to thank you both and thank everyone for joining us on our 10th anniversary. It's been 10 years. For
Congratulations.
24.
Congratulations,
Yes, time
Nelly.
Happy
passes.
birthday.
Great job.
I'm 10
Yeah,
years old.
half time of Second Life. Second Life is doing birthday, 22nd birthday this year. Almost half time.
Yeah, well, I've been there since
wonderful.
2007, so I guess I'm also an old avatar as far as Second Life goes, but I'm not doing the kind of things that you guys are doing, definitely. So congratulations, and we'd like to hear more. So hopefully you'll join us next year and share some of the developments, the amazing things that you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
too, Nelly.